What's happening, guys? So Nate back here, and in this video I'm gonna show you on my screen my favorite custom audiences for Facebook ads, the ones that I use to set up to make lookalike audiences when I actually decide to use them. All of that coming up right now. When you make your lookalike audiences, you first have to make your custom audiences. And that might be a little confusing. Maybe sometimes you're like, wait, what's the difference between a custom audience and a lookalike? Well, don't worry about that. I'm gonna show you how to set up a custom audience and then also how to set up a lookalike audience. This is gonna be more of a step-by-step tutorial right here. Give some value, show you actually how to do it, show you my favorite custom audiences when I am running Facebook ads and I want to expand scale and I actually want to use lookalikes. I told you in other videos lookalikes are more expensive, and they are. However, I still use them in certain situations, and you should still too. Just know they do cost money. So when you're making your lookalike audiences, you gotta base those on certain custom audiences. Well, I'm gonna show you my favorite top 8 custom audiences that actually work. And there's a bunch more that you can use and make inside Facebook, but those I don't always use. These are the ones that I use. These are the ones I recommend you use. So let's hop on my computer. Right here, you can see my favorite custom audiences for lookalike audiences there's 8 of them. One is called Engage with Page. Another one's called Engage with Post. Another one's called Time on Website. Then there's 95% video view. Now, this is not the only one. This is the one I use. There's many other choices. Then there's content ID of VC, content ID of ATC, content ID of PUR, and you can also do like URL based lookalikes or CAs, but I don't do those that much. I like the content ID better, and I'll show you why here in a second, okay? So let's start with the very first one, Engaged with Page. Let's head over here. So I am inside my ad account, right? And I want to create a custom audience. So custom audience, and if you don't know how to get to this page, you just go Asset Library up here, and all pages, all tools, and you're gonna go click on Assets Audiences right there. Okay, so then you once you're on audiences, create custom audience. And the very first one we're gonna create, what was it? Engage with Page and Engage with Post. Let me show you that right here. Let's head back. So you're gonna go down to engagement right here, click on engagement, and then go down to here, Facebook page, click on that, and now you're gonna choose your fan page, whatever, and then you're gonna choose here, and it says anyone who's engaged with your page. This is the default option, choose 365. You could choose other times, right? And you could do a seven day if you're trying to do like more of a retargeting. Now, this is just referencing for lookalike audiences now, so I like to use as much data as possible. If you're gonna do retargeting, then this is a different process. You probably don't wanna do a 365, you probably wanna do a 7 day, 15 day, 30 day for retargeting purposes, building custom audiences retargeting. But for lookalike, I normally choose the max, which I think is the max is 365. So that's what I choose for my custom audiences for lookalikes. And then here you can see down here, anyone who's visited your page. I also, here's anyone who engaged with your page. I used this one. I used anyone's engaged with or visited page, not that often. I don't do that one. However, I do this one. Any people who have engaged with a post, that means they're commented, liked, or shared it, right? And then I normally do not use this one, call to action, because obviously I do not like call to actions. You watch my video, I say don't use them. So I never make custom audiences on this because I don't use call to action buttons. Anyone who messaged your page, this is normally too small of audience, so I don't use it. I mean, my page has had hundreds of thousands of messages, but you probably don't have that, so I recommend not doing it. You need a lot of traffic in order for that to actually work. And then people who saved your page or post, yeah, I just normally don't do it. So the two on this list right here, the top 2, page and post, are right here. Anyone who engaged with your page and anyone who engaged with a post. I choose one of those, I make an audience, I name it engaged with page, boom, okay, I can't spell, boom, and then I create that audience. I say, well, you can actually go 365 just so I know the date, and then you can name the page, the fan page too. So this is Wallet Boss, or whatever, and then that's kind of how you name the custom audience. And then what you do after that, once that populates, then you can create a lookalike audience on that once it populates, okay? And then so I make those two. So let's cancel this. I'm gonna show you the next one. Where's my stuff? The next one, that's those two. So here's the next one, time spent on website. Most people don't know you could do this. We're gonna create an audience, and we're gonna go to website traffic. We're gonna click on website traffic, and right here, it's not all visitors, not people that visit specific pages, but right here, visitors time on, or visitor by time spent. Click on this one. I want the top 25 percentile, right? Is that all they give you? So sure, and then what's the max on here? Max is 180 days. I always, like if I'm doing lookalikes, I always choose the max. So there we go, top 25%. Oh, you know what? They reversed it. So, okay, so I want the top 5%. That's what I want. I want the top 5%, not, yeah. So I want the people that are most specific, okay? Most specific. So top 5% in the last 180 days. That should give me enough data. Then I name that the same thing, top 5%, 180 day, and then I know top 5% was at time on site. Okay, so that is good. Then I make it look like our audience of that. Then I make it look like an audience once that populates. Okay, and then the next one, what is this? 95% video view. Let me show you that. So we're gonna go back, and then we're gonna create an audience, custom audience. We're gonna go down to engagement again, and then we're gonna go down up to video. We're gonna choose video, and then we're gonna choose this one down here that says people who watch at least 95% of your videos, because most of the time if your video is like 15, 20, 30 seconds, which that's the best for Facebook ads, for impulse, right? I like to do 95% because that means they're gonna be watching 20 seconds at least of my videos, means they actually watched it. You do not want, because Facebook classifies like 3 seconds as a view or whatever, so yeah, choose the max, 95. Now if you're not doing impulse and you're doing like awareness and branding videos, then you want your videos to be longer. You want them to be like 2, 3, 5 minute videos. And then you could, if you have longer videos, you can play around with lower, not 95%, maybe 75%, because your audience is gonna be exponentially smaller the longer the video is. But if your videos are like for impulse buys, they're in like the classic drop shipping style video. It's like 20 to 30 seconds, under a minute for sure, and you're gonna do 95% on those videos. Choose your video, boom, 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 hit confirm. Again, I hit the max with 365 for this style audience, I name it, then I create my lookalike audience on that. So what do we have next? View, okay, so here's what I'm gonna show you here. Content ID based on VC, so that's view content, content ID based on ATC, content ID based on PWAR. So the reason I use content ID, and content ID is, if you're using Trackify Premium, it's a Shopify app, and that you put your pixel into that, you put your Facebook pixel into the Trackify app, and then on Shopify, it's going to fire, when it fires a view content, or when it fires an ATC, or when it fires a purchase, right? It's also going to fire the content ID, which the content ID is the product ID that was added to the cart or purchased or viewed, the content was viewed of that product. So that means they were on that product page, they add that product to the cart. So it's specific to a product. The reason that's powerful is because now I'm building a custom audience based on a single product. If I use a URL, like if I use a URL of the cart page, it's all products. I don't want to do that. So I like to build custom audiences based on the products, and then I can build lookalike audiences based on products. And then if my product is a special Dachshund dog wallet case or a Husky wallet case, now I'm building a custom audience of people who buy Dachshund wallet cases, or people that buy Husky wallet cases. Then I know it's product and design specific custom audience. I build a lookalike audience around that. Way more powerful than just a general custom audience. So this is why I love Content ID, because it's product specific. That's what it means. And I'm gonna show you how to do that here in a second. Let me pull this up. So how do you do these three? These three are super simple. Let's go click on custom audience. Let's go to website traffic. Let's go down here and let's say all website visitors. Okay. No, not all website visitors. Sorry. We want to go down here based on events. So you're going to choose your view content, your add to cart, your purchase, because these are purchase, add to cart, and view content. Those are the three. And let's say I'm going to do it on purchase, okay? Then I like to set this at 180 days again. I set that on the max because we're building lookalikes. I want it to set on the max. If you're doing retargeting, it's not the same strategy. I'm going to repeat that again. It's not the same strategy for retargeting, okay? Once you have this selected, you got to check this little box right here. See this refined? This refined, you want to use URL or parameter, okay? Now it's going to default to URL. You got to make sure you change this. You want to change this to content ID, okay? So if you're using Trackify, this is automatically taken care of for you. And if you do not see these options here, it means the pixel has not fired those events or that data, and it means you have your pixel set up wrong on your store. So if it's not showing as an option, it means it's not set up correct on your store, okay? If it shows, that means everything is firing on your store and it's working, that means you can use them. So here's the content ID, boom, boom. And then this is the number, or it's actually a number. Sorry, let's get that. It's actually a number. When you're inside Shopify and you click on edit product and you see the images, you can edit the text, the title, the description, the SKUs, you see the list of SKUs. On that page inside Shopify, if you go all the way up to the top, the browser, inside the URL of the browser, at the end of the URL is a number. It's like your store name / product / admin / product / edit / something something, and a number at the very end. That number is the number you copy. That is your content, or that's the product ID. Shopify calls it a product ID. Trackify and Facebook called the product ID a content ID, okay? Same exact thing, product ID is a content ID, but that's just named differently. You copy that content ID or the product ID and you paste it in here as a content ID, and now this is a parameter, not a URL, parameter of a single product that was added, viewed the product page or added to the cart or purchased. You're building a custom audience based on that exact same product. This is powerful. This was my favorite strategy. This is the only lookalike. These are like the ones that actually work for me all the time. This set of three right here. View content on a content ID, view content of a content ID, custom audience, add to cart of a content ID, custom audience, and purchase of a custom content ID audience. Those three is super powerful and they almost work every single time, at least on the 0 to 1 lookalikes, okay? 0 to 1 lookalikes with content IDs, boom, almost works every single time. And then what you do is you just name it, and now you have your purchase, and you can do the same exact thing with view content or whatever, and then refine and URL / parameter, change it to content ID. Get that from Shopify, type it in. Again, it's not a thing here, it's a number. It's not letters, it's numbers. And then you can hit enter. And if you want to do 2 products, so say you have 3 wallet cases in the Husky niche, right? You have 3 wallet cases in the Husky niche and they all sold. Now you want to make a custom audience and a lookalike audience based on all 3 of those. Just put the content ID for the other product, 1 or 2 products here too. Now you're telling Facebook, hey, if the person adds or views the product of any of those 3, not all of them, but any of them, then add them into my custom audience. So now you can have multiple products in your custom audience like this. That's how you do that. Name it correctly, boom, make your lookalike audience based on that. So the last one, let's go down here. The last one is email upload. This is very simple. You just download your emails from Shopify and then you're gonna upload them here, create custom audience. And the thing is, I want to tell you a customer file right here, and then you can import from MailChimp if you don't have that, and then you can add customers from your own file, and then they'll have their parameter. It's a CSV or a text file, whatever. Follow the instructions, do it. One thing I want to note is that if you download the buyers, right, it's going to be across all your niches and all your products, okay? So this is not as powerful as the content ID, which is I like because it's based on a specific product. This is based on all yours unless you sort the emails somehow, right? Unless you do that. If I did just all my buyers, if I uploaded all my buyers via email and I did a custom audience based on purchase, right? based on purchase, and I do the max, whatever the max is, 180 days. And right here, purchase 100 days, but I did not refine by URL content ID. This is also all the buyers on my store. Okay, so this is being a pixel fire, which should be the same as the email upload of all my buyers. If I uploaded all my buyers, they should be the same. But the thing is that Facebook's weird, and I will get there's 2 custom audiences, one from email, one from pixel fires, right? And if you if you do a lookalike audience on the email and you do a lookalike audience on the custom audience or the pixel fire one, the lookalike audiences won't be the same. They'll be different. So you can also use email in conjunction with your other ones, and you're going to get different lookalikes. Just so you know, they're not going to be the same. Maybe a little overlap, but they won't be the same. Okay, so you can use that. And like I said, there is URL based, which you can do these based on URL, but I don't recommend it because the content ID is more suited specific product. I like that. And then the last one, which is not on my list because I haven't personally used it, but it's new. If you go to website traffic, right? No, not website traffic. If you go to customer file, okay, customer file, and they have this section down here, include lifetime value. So you can make lookalikes based on the lifetime value, so people that spent the most money on your store. This I haven't played with. This is pretty new. This is probably going to be powerful, but I think if you use this, Facebook will probably charge you more. I don't know, but I'm assuming they would because they feel like it's probably valuable, so they're going to charge you more. I haven't used it, so I can't confirm that. But this is what I want to make for today is this video about custom audiences, how you make them inside Facebook, how I use them, what I use, how to set them up, all the details. I know I went fast, but I wanted to make this video fast. If you want more details about this, definitely let me know in the comments, and hit that like button, hit that notification button, hit that subscribe, and I will see you on the next video.